Al, have you ever messed up?
Oh, buddy. I feel like I am defined by messing up a lot.
How do you feel when you mess up?
Like the world is going to end.
Well, that's what we're going to experience today.
Yay!
Here on episode number 4 of Jared and Now Watch SHIROBAKO, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
And we are here to discuss episode number 4 entitled, I Totally Messed Up.
I have definitely done that before.
We all have.
Oh, I know, but like, oof.
There is not a single person alive who has never messed up. You come out of the womb, you've already messed up.
That's accurate, actually. Like, you are born onto Earth. Well, already goofed.
I came out of the womb and I was like, let me just wrap all this umbilical cord around my neck and try and strangle myself to death.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
Apparently, my grandma, I think, saw me, and she saw that my foot was blue, and she thought it was because they'd done like the footprint stuff. Nah, it was because I was trying to kill myself.
You're like, man, Earth sucks. I don't want to be here.
Get me out of here, no!
I didn't ask for this.
Who put me in this world?
So I assume your foot came back because I've seen you and you had a foot.
Yeah, I didn't have to like cut it off or anything.
Well, I know, but it was blue, so
it was just I had no blood circulation in my body.
Yikes. Man, those umbilical cords, they're dangerous.
They're dangerous.
You gotta watch out for them.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Nature.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
Blame nature. Thankfully, none of that's going to happen in this week's episode. That would be real bad.
It's just an anime about a baby trying to like kill itself with an umbilical cord.
That has to have happened.
I'm sure it has. But that's not what's happening here.
No. So we get to follow along one of the other 5 main girls, Shizuka. She is the one who's trying to become a voice actress, and she's going off to try and audition for an anime.
Yes.
Which has a title that is very much like it is a light novel adaptation. Because I saw that title and it was very long. I was like, oh, that's a light novel. So you see her on the train as she's like going through her lines and like she wakes someone up with them and they're just like, what is going on? She gets to the studio and is like kind of like going through her lines. She's nervous and everything, seeing like the other girls that are there. This other prominent voice actress shows up and she's just like, oh,
it's over.
Well, she's getting this one. And then she's like, oh, I've practiced real hard for this. I'm going to do great. So she has to get up and audition. She like introduces herself and is just like nervous about it. She goes into the booth and is not really sure exactly what to do and everything. The director is trying, or like the sound director is trying to like be like, all right, you just got to do this, this, and this. She goes through her lines, like she starts shaking, like so the script starts like moving, and you can hear that on the audio. She's like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." She gets through everything, but like everyone in the other room is just like, she definitely knew that's got that rough quality to her. Like the director was like, sometimes that's all right, but it's definitely one of those cases where like this didn't go well.
This isn't that instance where it's okay.
No. I feel like I'm going to prepare you just for this in general. Shizuka's story arc through this is probably going to be the saddest out of all the 5.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she goes through some rough stuff.
Oh, jeez.
But that is later to come. Meanwhile, back with Aoi, she is she got through a day of work without panicking and having everything go to back. So she gets to go home and warm up a bento she got from the convenience store. Her mom calls her and is
like, don't eat bentos all the time. She's like, oh,
I'm not eating them all the time.
Ding, I'm eating one right now, but I don't eat them all the time.
Her mom tells her that she watched the first episode of Exodus and is like, I saw your name in the credits. I was so happy. I rewatched that part like 50 times. And I was like, that's the part you rewatched? Her mom also tells her that she did not understand the story, but her and her her and Aoi's dad were very impressed. She tries to get Aoi's dad to talk to her, but he's like passed out on the couch or on the love seat. She's like, "Oh, he's asleep. Don't worry about it." We get a scene of Shizuka rewatching the film that the five of them did back in high school and like reminiscing about them doing the premiere for it at the culture festival, where like some of like the students who watched it were just kind of like, that was a thing, sure, but the rest of them are very proud of like what they did and everything. This leads into Aoi actually having like a day off of work.
Yes.
So she gets to go meet up with the other girls who are like now doing their own thing. Obviously she works with Emma. Shizuka is doing voice actor stuff. Misa is a 3D graphics creator.
Yes.
Person, and then Midori is still in school. She's finishing out college, and she is the one who wants to aspire to be a scriptwriter. So they do what you'd always do on a day off. You go watch some anime.
As you do.
As you do. So they go watch a movie. They go eat afterwards, and are like talking about like all the ones that are in the industry are like, yeah, this was really cool what they did. I heard like they were like really backed up on animation, but you know, everything looked really great and everything. It's always like insider talk, and everyone's like, oh, okay. They go to the park, they go shopping, and then eventually they wind down and get drinks at where Shizuka like works when she's not doing voice actor stuff, because obviously you need a second job when you're trying to get into that kind of industry.
Yep.
So yeah, they do all that. The fun part about this being a show about adults is that they all just like, we're gonna get some alcohol.
Gonna get wasted.
Get some beers. So they get to do that and just hang out and chat. The owners of like the establishment are like, basically just like let them kind of like do whatever and order whatever, because Shizuka's been like a good worker for them. And she's like happy that she works there as well, because like they're like, yeah, they treat us, or they treat me right, so it's really nice. So he's like sit around and talk about like kind of like aspirations and everything, like what they eventually kind of like want to get to as a whole, and like the other four kind of like have a set goal of mind of like, oh, I want to have this, and Aoi's kind of the one who doesn't, and that's kind of going to become like a thing throughout the rest of the series, is that Aoi trying to figure out what she wants to like really do in the industry, because obviously like right now she's in the producer role, and you know she's learning all about that and getting better at it as she goes along, but like
it's not her passion.
It's not like she doesn't know if like that's exactly what she wants to do, if that's what she wants to keep going as, if she wants to transition to some other role, or what she wants to do. She's very kind of conflicted about that, and we'll see more of that as the series goes along, but right now this is kind of where you first kind of get the glimpse and the hint of that. Shizuka gets a little wasted and starts kind of going off about her audition, how she didn't do well and everything, and everyone's just like, that sucks. Oof.
Yeah.
What do you say in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you can do is be like, man, that sucks.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like you're like, oh, I feel real bad for you, but like, is anything you're going to say really going to help them in this situation, or is it just going to be like, can you really even do anything to help them in this situation?
Right.
But they try and do their best to like kind of be like, hey, you know, you've done other roles currently, like this is just a stepping stone. If you know you got through an audition already, you know, you can use this experience. You can use this experience for the next time to be like, okay, what did I do poorly in the last one? How can I improve upon that for this next one? And just, like, keep going in that direction. Eventually, Aoi gets a phone call from Taro, who's like freaking out and like, I need your help. Oh God, what are you doing? Oh, you're drinking. I don't like girls that drink.
Yeah, and she's like, well, why don't you just go get you a girl who doesn't drink then? Bye.
So she gets that phone call and like comes back in, and then once she is leaving, she gets another phone call from him, and he's like, I really need your help. Oh my God, things are going very badly. Oh no. By the way, you got any cute friends? Can you introduce me to one of your cute friends? She's like, nope.
No.
So she eventually goes home and everything, and then when she comes in the next day, everything's kind of just going very chaotic.
Yes, it is a mess.
There is a clash that has happened over the day that Aoi was out that involves what Taro did, and the episode 8 director has dropped out of the project.
And that's what the phone call was about.
Yes, and that's how we end this episode.
Yep, in chaos.
In chaos.
Oof.
It's always nice to get a day off, and then when you come back, it's like, oh God, what have I missed? What have I not seen because I wasn't here? Oh God, panic.
Ugh. That was basically me getting back from that cruise.
I bet.
Ugh.
Because you always feel like super out of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's happened, like what kind of crazy things have transpired while you were away, and it's never a good time, especially when bad things like this happen.
Yeah, that's. Oof. At least that didn't happen to me.
It's true. We will learn all about what transpired the day before and what caused everything to go down next time, as we break down episode number 5, entitled "Those Who Blame Others Should Just Quit." Which is very just bam. Oh, I just hit my mic. It is very just on the nose of like,
it's
man.
Bam.
It is bam. We will learn about that. We will learn about some past productions, and someone's going to get locked in a cage.
Yes.
Which,
Yeah, that's a thing.
That is a thing. Oh
Oof.
boy.
We'll chat about that.
We will definitely chat about that. But if you would like more from us, go to seasonalanicheckup.com or sac.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Anime Checkup and Season Anime Checkup OVA. And you can find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you would like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. And you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. So next time, join us as we dive into episode number 5.
And somebody gets locked in a cage.
Someone's going to get locked in a cage. Don't blame others unless you want to quit. And we will have the age-old discussion about 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions.
Da-da-dum.